is going on, guys? So today we have the very first TW Smith Victor model. This is my personal one, so I wanted to jump into that first. I've got a lot of fun things to say about it. This guitar is very important to me for a number of reasons, but let's just jump right into it. I also have my good friend Kerry King sitting with me right here because Slayer is my favorite band ever, and a specific photo of Kerry King playing a red book-matched maple top V that I've only ever seen one photo of him using. It had a Harley sticker on it also. That was like in my bedroom as a kid and super important to me. So when it came time to actually try to do a V, I went with red for my personal one. But let's get into it. I've got my specs over here. We riff around a little bit. You're going to hear a lot of mediocre Slayer riffs because I've got this in Slayer tuning. This is the only like double locking trem guitar I have, so I just play Slayer on it. And I don't remember a lot of those riffs, but I still play a lot of them. All right, so this guitar, curly quilted maple top. You could see that it's just, I mean, I don't have to say much about this. This guitar is awesome. This is one of my visually favorite guitars I've ever seen in my life. There's something about a red V that has a nice deep maple top that just sends me. So yeah, quilted maple top. Everyone who knows me, walnut body. I'll get into some of the stuff going on back here that you'll see because I experimented a little bit on this guitar, but curly quilted maple top, walnut body. We've got a 7-piece Babinga Wenge maple neck. So try to see which camera this is the most obvious on. It's hard when I can't see anything. But yeah, 7 pieces. Next, we've got a Makassar ebony fretboard, lumen lay side dots, which I always just opt for because I never know when I'm going to gig with something or if I'm not, and then it doesn't matter. For anybody who doesn't know, lumen lay side dots, they absorb and then re-emit light, so they're kind of like a glow-in-the-dark, like your favorite glow-in-the-dark t-shirt. Lumen lay side dots, 25.5-inch scale, 24 frets, pretty standard metal setup for that. I've got an original Floyd Rose that I've done a couple of FU tone upgrades to myself. Hip shot locking tuners, a Floyd Rose locking nut, obviously, and then I've got Seymour Duncan distortion bridge pickup and a jazz neck pickup. One volume, 3-way selector, and then I've got a universal coil split. So both, I don't have the option of one or the other. Universal coil split. But yeah, that's the bones of this thing for my sounds on all these videos today. All the V videos you'll see today. I'm just running my Kemper right into my computer. I'm using a STL Tones 6505 profile. I think it's actually potentially Zach and Chris from the Ghost Insides profile. I'm not 100% sure, but it sounds awesome. And I'll just go through a couple distorted riffage, some like leady, like wetter stuff, and then just a clean sound. But that's the specs on this. The other stuff that I just wanted to go over, since it's my personal guitar and I've done some upgrades, I put a FU Tone tremolo no on, which actually is coming a little loose right now, but it is what it is. It's fine. I don't really care. it's set to full floating right now. The whole reason that I personally did that was because I haven't used the Floyd Rose in probably a decade in a functional manner. And I personally was like, I don't want this guitar to be useless if I hate the floating aspect of it. So I figured Tremble no, just block it if not. And it's been actually super helpful. Even I always keep it floating because I've gotten really good at Floyd Roses very quickly, but just changing strings, it's been amazing to just block it, set it perfectly, block it, change, stretch, riff around on it for like an hour or two before I go back to floating. And then it sets up and stays pretty much perfectly, as perfect as a floating system goes. And then I think these are the heavy tension noiseless springs from FU Tone. And then this guy, which you'll see here, at the moment is absolutely useless. It is a counterbalance spring that is supposed to kind of help shift your bridge back into its original point, but I installed it wrong, and I got really discouraged and pissed off and never took it off, and it's literally doing nothing. The only thing that it is doing is I can feel it when I pull back, and then I know I've got a little extra to go, which is kind of cool, but it doesn't actually work as a counterbalance spring for me right now. It's pretty useless at the moment and just looks cluttered, but as you could see, there's a bunch of shit in the way already, so I don't feel like digging my fingers in there to get to it, and it doesn't matter. So, FU Tone counterbalance spring for absolutely no reason. But yeah, this guitar is awesome. This is one of my childhood nostalgia dream guitars. Obviously, it's not a full V. It's like my ode to Randy Rhoads and Kerry King, with also, like, visually, with obviously us doing our own spin on it. It's kind of just like a thrash and death metal machine for me. So yeah, let's get to the clips. That one always sounds better with delays, but they didn't do that, so I always feel like a fraud. Yeah, I could stay where I'm at. Yeah, this guitar flies. Like, I want to be playing more leady stuff, but like, I'm not a shredder, and my version of shredding is just playing Slayer guitar solos. So let me go to a clean channel. So we got I'll go through, play a little bit of stuff with every position on a humbucker, and then every position coil split, and then I'll just kind of flip back and forth. But you could definitely get a lot of sounds out of this guitar, these pickups, and this coil split setup. split stuff now. You know, when you pull out your your V with a Floyd Rose for your twang gigs. Or you play your blues and jazz gigs. Okay, now I'm just messing around. But in all seriousness, I am so happy to have this guitar. This is the first T.W. Smith Victor that we've ever made. And it's like, it's important because I've wanted a V for so long personally. And just aesthetically, this was like my ode to one of my guitar heroes. But I'm going to end this on the greatest riff ever written that everyone plays wrong, but I'm going to try. This is literally the best metal riff ever written, and I don't care if someone disagrees with that.